Good afternoon to everybody. We're very happy that you're here in our second workshop day. It has been very successful. I want to congratulate Lenny for this activity. And we hope it has been useful for all of you. We're going to our plenary for the day that is called Teaching from the Heart, Rediscovering Our Teacher Persona. Is presented by Maestra Teresita de Jesús Garcia Bernal. She has a BA and MA in English Language Teaching from Facultad de Filosofía y Letras. She is a teacher of enseñanza de lengua inglesa from here in Instituto Mexicano Norteamericano de Relaciones Culturales. Has worked as academic coordinator of Centro de Idiomas and teacher at the Bilingual Ed and English Language Teaching Program at the Universidad Autónoma de Nuevo León. She is a teacher training of ELT coaching and solutions, and international certification of English language teaching and international English testing system. She also is an examiner for teaching knowledge test. She has a lot of experience in teaching and has been very, very successful in all this area. She's a former student from the university, and today she's going to do this presentation. So I give you Teresita de Jesús Garcia.
Thank you. I have to say this in Spanish. Estoy muy honrada de que el maestro Jaime Antonio Solís me haya presentado, porque como él mencionó, fue mi maestro, fue el primer maestro al que yo, con el que yo tomé clases en la facultad, me daba inglés, yo iba para traducción, y al ver el trabajo que hace este señor, dije, yo soy de aquí de la enseñanza, y aquí estamos, un ratito hemos estado trabajando en esto, y gracias, profe, por presentarme. Well, we are here on a Saturday afternoon working on our professional development. I always say that in my presentations. This is something I need to acknowledge from you, the audience, because you could be doing anything else, something else, resting, going to the movies, traveling, but you are here growing as a teacher, and this deserves a big applause for you. Because as the name of the presentation says, we're working on ourselves. Sometimes we're very busy planning, deciding, preparing, searching for information, and we even forget about ourselves. How many of you had breakfast this morning at home? Properly seated, taking your time. Stopping by the OXXO and buying a sandwich or eating the sandwich in your car doesn't count. We need to dedicate time to our persona, because without you, the class is not possible. That's why I named this talk like this. Okay? And I have a first task for you that is something we need to do for ourselves. I need everybody to stand up, please, for a while. Thank you. Thank you. We're not exercising, okay? Promise. We call it the last name compliments. This is a little gift to ourselves. And the rules are like this. You see the letters here? You are going to look for the letter of your last name. What is the initial letter of your last name? Mine is Garcia, so it's letter G. If I had a person here, I'm supposed to pay a compliment to the person on his or her hair. Okay? And we're going to do exactly the same with the person on the other side. So you have to do it twice, and you're going to receive 2 compliments. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Please. Okay, can somebody share the compliment you received and let us know how you felt? Alberto?
She said my hair looks outrageous today, and I
How does it feel?
great.
Great. Over there?
My hair.
Ah, it's fashionable. Yes. How do you feel about that compliment? How often do we receive a compliment? They say that we need 11 hugs, but hugs mean a compliment, a favor, a nice thing someone does for you. We need 11 a day to survive. How many have we got? But I have good news. The day is not over. Also receiving a nice message, a WhatsApp or something. Oh, so you still have plenty of time for today. Okay, this is giving something for ourselves. And let's try to do it more often because people react in a nice way. No? All right. Now, my question. I need another volunteer to answer this question for us. Who are you? Who wants to answer the question? I'm Gabriela. Gabriela, but that's your name. But this is, well, it's part of you. But you are more than a name. Let's try again.
You already know my name. I'm Chaz, and I am a teacher and a teacher coordinator.
That's your occupation. Okay, let's try. Look at this. This is a kid's opinion. Okay? Let's read it together. Funny about teachers. It's hard to think of them as people. To think, sometimes you see them after school and they talk to you. Personally, you're surprised because they talk like human beings. But in class, they walk around like robots waiting for you to do something bad so they can yell at you. Except for Mrs. D. She's a person even when she's a teacher. What can we learn from that? Is that the way we look?
Yeah, maybe. Sometimes.
Maybe? Well, the point is not how accurate the kid's opinion is, but what are we projecting? Okay? And that's the introduction for the next point. The teacher as a person. And I would like to, well, not to start, but continue this workshop with the following idea. Before you are a teacher, a salesperson, a secretary, a chef, or whatever you are a person. And sometimes we forget that person as we enter the classroom. But, you know what? The better person we are, the better lawyer, the better teacher, the better architect or whatever. So consequently, working on our personality will definitely bring positive changes on our work as teachers. How many times have you arrived to the class feeling bad because of bills, discussions? Somebody being very rude when you're driving? It doesn't happen in Monterrey, but or because you feel, or because of our lovely weather. See? So you have a handout, right? No? Yes? Yes? No? Handout. Okay, no problem. We can continue with this because the statements are here. I just want you to take a quick look at these 6 statements. Okay? Let's go one by one. Please clap if you agree and do nothing if you disagree. Good teaching depends on a teacher's practice. Let's see. Teaching has nothing to do with a teacher's life. Good teachers never get angry. ¿Dónde están esos que me los traigan? Quiero tomar clase con ellos. Okay, after a certain number of years, teachers lose heart. Means inspiration. Learning depends on a good teacher. It's important for a teacher to feel comfortable with his or her profession. Great, we're doing fine. All right, think. Well, good teaching depends on a teacher's practice and techniques. Is that true? Who said yes? Or you say, as in the service, totally agree, partially agree, disagree, totally disagree. Well, this is another task. This was originally created as a workshop, but we can have a nice discussion anyway. I'd like you to complete this statement for yourself. I remember Mr. or Miss or Mrs., you name it, as my best teacher because he or she. Okay. Is there a volunteer who can tell us about your teacher?
I remember about Miss Banstrom because she was my best teacher. As my best teacher because she was my mentor and she was very helpful for me to decide what to do in my life.
Good. Another answer?
I remember Mrs. Taylor as my best teacher because she motivated me to continue studying.
Good. Over there, at the back, maybe? Yes?
I remember Mr. Julio Hernandez as my best teacher because he always had great activities to do and he never followed just the book. He always had something different to do in class.
Could we say creativity, innovation?
He was super creative. He is creative, of course.
Yeah, he is. Well, any other opinion from this side, teacher?
Yeah, she was very fair with everyone.
A very what?
Very fair.
Fair teacher.
Didn't matter how bad things were.
Okay. How many of the 4 characteristics listed by the teachers are about technique?
None.
So they are about what? The person. It's a style. By the way, teaching is a lifestyle. If not, take a look at a teacher's bag or a teacher's car.
Yeah.
So good teaching cannot be reduced to technique. Obviously, it's very important. That's why we're here, because we're learning something new. We want to improve as a teacher, but also good teacher comes from good people like you, okay? From the heart of the teacher. And Palmer says, I love this author, he says, we teach what we are. We are teaching all the time. The way you address to them, what you say, the way you say it, how you arrive to the classroom. What if you arrive like?
Close to.
Yeah? Okay, teaching has nothing to do with a teacher's life. I guess nobody agrees with that. And this is something good. Because this is a matter of connectedness. Good teachers possess a capacity for creating links among themselves and the students and the subjects. Too many threads to handle, to keep aware of, and only one person being able to do that, and this is you. Good teachers' connections rely not only on their methods, which is something important, but also in their hearts. They are encouraging students to weave a world from themselves. And look at this diagram. Doesn't mean that we are spiders. When I created this presentation for a Mestizo National Convention, it was October, so it perfectly fit. But now, look at this. This reminds me of connection and handling different threads. But I don't know if you could see. This is also in the handout, and we look at the many connections we have to handle at a time. If we talk about a teacher and students connection, we are talking about our teaching or class atmosphere. What kind of atmosphere are we creating? If I feel very bad because I haven't paid the rent or whatever, which is something very valid, but this is something that shows in the class, no? Or students, it's not their fault if I have a bad mood that day, no? Well, we will talk about that later, doing something also for ourselves, no? But